Čau, tak pokračujeme dneska v příběhu a skončili jsme na vinici, odkud možná pochází pachatel.
He has his flaws, but I would never suspect him of such a thing. He's been very loyal. He owes all he has to me. His father frittered away the family fortune. He left his son an encyclopedic knowledge of wine. That is all. Fabrizio lived as a beggar until I appointed him steward of Castel Ravello. Only then did he come into his own.
No ale mi nabodnul tím tou zbraní, tyjo. Si rozsvítíme. Wow. Tak to jsme trošku nevychytali. Sorry, jsem si splet. Vinej sklípek, tyjo. Já bych se nejdřív napil něčeho teda. Tak ne, no. Co to tady je? Přečti si seznam vín, OK.
Vintner's log. Fermentation completed with no complications. Tapped above sediment line. Here it is, barreling. Everything lines up at first glance, neatly and thoroughly documented.
Then we must follow our other lead. Benoit said the stain came from the 1269 vintage. Let's find it.
Ha! Ježiš, kolik tam byl ten rok? Ježiš, kolik mám... Aha! Tak to jo, no, tak to bylo rychlý teda. Aha! Já... hledám sangrialské, aha, tak nic, no. Trošku zklamání. Tak proč mi to tam ale jako... nezmizí ten kruh, když jsem tady... Tady toto není. Ne. Tady jsme vezmeme ty flašky. Tak nic. To asi nezmizí. Čep. Kladívko, všechno berem. Se všechno prodá, všechny vína. Musí být nadšená, že je tady vyčourujem. Dobrý, tak to taky není. Ještě co můžeme vzít, nějaký další lahve, knihy. Tak jedno tady z těch dvou. To napravo nebo to nalevo? Tak, zkusíme tady to. Ne, tak ne. Aha, ještě nahoře. Aha, už vím, proč to nezmizelo, protože jsem ještě nebyl nahoře. Dobrý, no. Tak jdeme ještě nahoru. Sangreal 1270. Aha, akorát hledáme 1269, tak nic, no. No nepovidej. Takovou chytrou ženskou mít u sebe teda tady. Ona blokuje, tyjo. Aha. By mi pomohla, aby tam... Tak nejenom, že blokuje, ale absolutně nic nedělá a jenom čeká, až to najdu já. Sangreal 1269, dobře. Jakon to vypijem. Tak budeme naťukávat. Sadím se, že ho najdu já, ne ona. Plný. Plný. Kde je, tyjo? No, nic neudělala. Tady ten je prázdnej, no. Překvapivě ten poslední.
Full.
Aha.
Looks like all the barrels are
Tak
full.
nic.
Dead end, I'm afraid.
Full they are.
No právě, jestli tam není nějaký jiný víno, třeba hradní svíce.
Grab a tap and a hammer. We shall open them one by one and taste.
Tak to se mi líbí tady ten úkol. Ochutnávat vína.
Ready.
Step aside.
Takovej narážeč, tyjo.
So,
Those hints of spice. Distinctive. This is Sonreal.
Jež tak makej, ne, tyjo. Jak dlouho bude ochutnávat ještě. A tady ještě poslední.
Revolting, bitter plot.
could have gone sour while aging.
Impossible. This is not wine. This is contaminated refuse that should never have made it into a barrel. The fact that it did was no accident, I'm sure.
Master Fabricio, let's see what he has to say
Si
about it.
myslím, že Fabricio v tom má trošku prsty, tyjo. Já bych ho natáhl na skřipec, on by něco řekl. Chlapec. Oh.
Master Fabricio, I am very disappointed.
But your grace,
You are a step away from losing your head. Speak the truth and you might yet keep it.
Nevypadá dobře.
I admit it. I saw the barrel of Soria.
To prodal.
I beg you to forgive.
Ach jo. Já bych ho nechal
Why did
popravit.
you do it?
I couldn't resist. The sum they offered, it was enormous. I gave in.
Is what
Aye,
I
aye, aye.
had not enough?
I wished to buy back my family's estate. For here, nothing is truly mine. I've a roof over my head, ample food to eat, but what is a nobleman without land of his own?
Takový majetnický trošku, ne, tyjo.
I shall tell you everything if you agree to show me mercy.
Takže tady to je asi zbytečná otázka. A tady to je,
You sell the wine
to
to.
mi napoví víc podle mě.
A few weeks passed at the pheasantry. A rich nobleman approached me. He called himself a diplomat, well connected at court. He suggested we embark on an enterprise. Some of his clients had offered dizzying sums for even a drop of Soreal. He was to serve as intermediary.
This man's name.
He never revealed it. He was tall, black-haired, and spoke with a foreign lilt. He claimed to hail from Sintra.
I've no Cintrin aristocrat at court.
Tak se to taky zeptáme na to, no.
Really thought nobody'd find out.
I was a fool, very foolish. I beg you, your grace, you must forgive me.
Proč aspoň ten sud nerozbil, jakože prasknul, nebo to. Ach jo, ten si nemí poradit
Wine
vůbec.
itself. How do you hand it over?
We met under the cover of darkness in the ruins of Fort Astra. A dozen or so men came to collect. Armed men, the kind that stink of trouble. I had hauled the barrel there. They transferred it to their cart, and we went our separate ways.
That's it? That the last you ever saw of them?
That is to say, a few days passed. A messenger arrived. He said they wish to buy another barrel and, well, I've prepared it. Have it ready to deliver.
Popravit.
No one
Popravit.
will know.
Your Grace, I
Ne.
beg your forgiveness.
Get out of my sight.
Tak co?
Captain, have your men take Master Fabrizio to the dungeon. He must answer
Oh,
this time.
velezrada.
High treason the charge.
Tak to asi mít pozemek nebude teda.
We set a trap. Need to catch the wine thieves. Sentry and Noble could be our blackmailer. Next, transport. I'll take it to Fort Astra. Damien and his soldiers will cover me.
For once, I agree with you. We will do as you say. Let me know when you are ready.
Můžeme začít.
See no reason to wait. Let's get going.
We will set out now. Position ourselves before you arrive. You take the cart and meet us there.
Fine. When the handoff begins, watch for my signal.
Tak Fabrizio možná bude mít za chvilku pozemek, ale na místním hřbitově teda jako. Chudák. Dobrý místo na schůzky teda. To vypadá moc pěkně teda.
Relax. Now we wait.
Jo, to vypadá na šlechtice, tyjo.
Our favorite vintner.
Ule bitka, tyjo. To je šlechtic jak vyšitej teda, je na to je oblečený teda.
It's not him.
Oh, sniper! Headshot. Aj. To nevypadá pro ně dobře. Samozřejmě já budu muset všechny zabít. Si tady trošku rozsvítíme. Tak nic no. Asi nemá cenu zapalovat ty hořlavý sudy, co? Když jsem u nich v blízkosti. Tak druhá zbytečná smrt. Tak jo no. Pokus číslo 2. To přeskočíme teda. To nezdržujeme. Když tady udělali hromadnou grilovačku. Tak on bouchne ten sud, ne? Tak pozor od něj. Aha, to je boss. Konec bitky. Ještě tam je někdo. Sakra, utíká nějaký. Aha. Byly dobrý jatka teda.
Is it just me, or did we agree you'd wait for my signal?
That was the plan, but
Great shot. Good thing you reacted. Can't say how that would have ended otherwise.
at your service. It was a good fight. We managed to capture one of the scoundrels.
Let's ask him a few questions. Come on.
A jak chci ještě obratou ty věci.
A moment. I was wrong about you.
No tak jako neměl si důvod mi věřit.
Well, had no reason to trust me, and I didn't do much to
Jsem
change.
kámoši ještě.
True. You are not the most forgiving of men.
Tak teď bych se mohl
At
urazit.
any rate, I see the effort you put forth. And I appreciate it. Let us go to her grace. She awaits nearby.
To jo no.
Not at all
Už ho musí
surprised.
strkat nos.
Expected
Jo.
she'd want to oversee this personally.
The master's eye fattens the calf. You're beginning to understand that, I see. This prisoner of yours, bring him to me. We must ask him some questions.
Bude waterboarding jak vyšitej. Dá waterboarding teda. Oh, to nevypadá dobře pro něj.
Captain, do the honors.
Who sent you?
His name is Dog. They say he plowed your mother.
Má blbý jméno, co?
Who sent you? Your nun's lover. They call him.
Aj.
Wait. He doesn't wish to speak. He needn't. I can think of several other ways he can be helpful. I'm certain the Witcher will need bait to lure the beast of Beauclair.
What?
To jo, no, trošku vystrašíme.
Sure can. Fresh out.
In that case, he's all yours.
Captain, have your men find me a strong rope. Kind that won't snap when we hang this fellow from a tree.
Rope?
Live bait. Great for monsters, provided they catch the scent of its blood. But I'll see to that.
What? No. Krvi, no! Don't let it!
Stop screaming. Save your strength. Got a long night ahead of you.
No! Don't let him! I'll talk!
Barrels. Where were you gonna take them?
I don't know.
Captain, need that rope after all.
I truly don't know. Hornet's the leader, only he ever knew where to go. But he lies over there, dead. That one. The first Baron went to a warehouse at the port. But where this one was found, I don't know. I speak true. You must believe me.
Who hired you?
He'll kill me.
Ought to be worried about me right now. Who is he?
Go on, man. Spit it out.
The Cintrian. That is what they call him. I've never seen him, but I know he mustered a man for his caper. That's what they said, that we were working for the Cintrian.
Aha, tak šlechtic nakonec nepřijel.
Anything else? I swear it.
Tak ho zabijte už. Ten už nám
Take
nic
him
neřekne.
away. Throw him in the dungeon. He shall await trial there. Captain, we ride to town. Gather your men and seek out the Cintrian. Someone else must have seen him, must know of him.
Yes, Your Grace. I'll report to the palace as soon as I learn anything.
I shan't return to the palace. Our mission has not yet ended. The Witcher and I will await you at the guard post near the port.
Já se tady chci ještě podívat, co tam měli za
I'll join
věci.
you. We'll meet there.
We shall await your arrival.
Jako, sorry za zdržení, ale ono je možný, že by z nich vypadlo něco dobrýho. Ještě se uzdravíme. Nějaký dobrý item, když Jak je to tady najednou pěkný. To nebudu ani brát, jo. To asi. Tak jako ten drop z nich falešný zuby, no, to se fakt budou hodit. Tak zatím teda jako drop nic moc teda. Jest. Tyjo, to je bída. Sledajte se, no. No dobrý, no, tak. Truhla! Jo, já jsem věděl, že to něco stojí, těch 500 je docela dobrý. Ještě teď dáme ohňostroj nakonec. Koně, pozor koně. Ještě tady ten sud. Ne. Já nemůžu osad. Tak. A teď jedeme do přístavu. Takže si uděláme rychle cestování. Koza. Koza se mi oběsila. Tak ne, koza mi schořela. Tak. No. Tak drop teda nic moc, až na těch 500 zlaťáků. Jako na ta oprava toho sídla to bude náročný, tak se to bude hodit nějaký prachy. Tak. Tak rychle na strážnici teda. Jdeme.
Her grace awaits in sight.
Here at last. We lack only Damien now. I'm worried something might have happened to him.
Captain seems like a man who can take care of himself.
Perhaps he can, but this Cintrian appears to be no common bandit. He managed to steal ducal wine from under my guardsman's noses. We only learned of it through a fortunate coincidence. And it was he who specified the victims for the vampire. One must be exceptionally confident to blackmail such a monster.
No, teď co vybrat? To je možný, jako, že nakonec zatím bude ještě úplně někdo jiný. A musím být povzbudivý trošku. Pozitivní.
Cintrian stole the Sun Real. That was his mistake.
Yet if we had not happened on the wine stain...
You're right, we got lucky. Even so, still can't be sure he's behind the kidnapping, the blackmail.
Tak to stejně použil, no.
Need to find the Cintrian, whether or not he's responsible for the murders. Even if none of it's his doing, he could still know our blackmailer's identity. Besides, it's one thing to know who ordered the killings. Other thing entirely, and just as important, is why they... Someone's coming.
Doufám, že Damian, když jsme se s ním kamarádili, tak doufám, že dojde živej teda, chlapec.
Captain, why so long? We expected you hours ago.
This Cintrian does not work alone. We are fighting an organization, not one man. Bandits attacked us, not a small force either. One of my boys has a broken arm, another a shattered knee, lamed for life. And the word on the street is there's a hefty bounty on your head, Geralt.
To není poprvé, no. To už bylo víckrát.
Don't care. Down to business. You learn anything?
I will start at the beginning. The port warehouse where the wine was delivered. We identified it, then learned who had hired it out. This proved to be a beggar.
Bílej kunt, jo.
We found him. He admitted all. A man had paid him to sign the lease. A man he met while begging outside the pheasantry. There, fate lent us a hand. A waitress recalled spilling wine on a nobleman who spoke with a Cintrian accent.
What did he look like?
Her description was not helpful. Handsome, well-dressed, with a beard. No distinguishing marks. This could be anyone. But she remembered his female companion very well, as she recognized her. On the Cintrian's arm was Cecilia Bellant.
The singer. I've heard of her. She's said to be gifted. Fairy.
The same. We went to her home immediately. Cecilia was not there, but we questioned her servants. A chambermaid claimed Cecilia is to meet a Cintrian gentleman tonight. She'd invited him to a reception mounted by the Mandragora.
The Mandragora? What's that?
A club. An affiliation of local artists. Painters, sculptors, troubadours and dancers.
Never heard of it.
They exude mystique. Consciously, I think. Behaving like an exclusive cabal. Artistic elites. Every now and again they mount soirees. Only wealthy patrons are invited. All arrive in elaborate masks, then drink and flirt.
Gotta nab the Cintrian. Seems we have to go to that get-together.
You read my mind, Witcher. I shall gather my men, surround the establishment. Not a mouse will squeeze through.
Out of the question. If the Cintrian truly does have men about the city, he will find out and escape once again.
Duchess is right. Need to be careful. Best go there, blend in with the crowd.
Precisely what we shall do.
We, Your Grace.
Geralt and I. In that sort of company, the Witcher could use my help.
Where's the event gonna be held?
The Mandragora always assembles at the same place, a residence in Oatville. It's a very distinguished district. Geralt, you must don appropriate attire.
Jo.
Then meet me in Oatville in Mountebank Alley.
Já se akorát budu muset převlíknout, tyjo. Já myslím, že ho politoval, že se budu muset převlíkat. No jo, no. A kde se oblíknu? Tak se jdem převlíknout nejdřív. Super. Jo, tady. Praso. Nebudem zabíjet praso, ne. Jsme zabili 2 kozy už. Pozor, opilči.
Life in Beauclair can be quite dear. Death.
Aha. Proč nejde to použít, tyjo? Aha. Už jsme to tady rozářili. A už jsem nestačil ani seknout, jak uhořel.
Didn't look like locals. Damien's right. I'm a hunted man.
Si upravíme zbraně. Víš, co to bylo? Kolik má tady to? 50. Žena v kápi. No, dobrý. Tam asi toho víc řekne. Ale teď konečně něco řekne. Jo. Sakra. Tak co teďkon? Teďkon už nám neřekne vůbec nic. Už jsme ji vyčerpali. Zakázka zaklínače. Docela to sedí. Kde mají ty prachy? Jo. Asi žádný prachy nemají. Tyjo, tady to vypadá hodně dobře, tyjo. Tam to bylo dobrá. Dobře, doufám. Ne. Já jdu blbě, tyjo. No hlavně, že tam mám tu značku, že jo, zelenou. Dobře. Se zase projevil inteligentně. Ne, nezabijte mě, sorry. Chci jenom, aby schoval tu zbraň, že jo. No tady to je... Samý stráže, tyjo, tady. Jdeme. Co to v oblečení?
Sacre bleu. It's a crime. You're from the north, that's painfully clear.
Excuse me?
There is no excuse. There is but the need to outfit you anew.
Už jsem vešel jako dveřma, no ale budíš. Rád bych si něco vyzkoušel.
I'm more than willing, sir.
No. Wow. Tak asi ona chce spíš, abych si oblíknul. Já mu chtěl prodat tady to. Jo, že bych mu to mohl prodat vlastně. Wow, ty boty, ty vypadají dobře.
All jests aside.
I'm more.
Aha. No. Co si koupíme? Dvorní kazajku. Košili, to by mi asi hnala, tyjo. To nebudeme zdržovat. Koupíme si tady to. Kalhoty. Kolik to stojí tady to? Jo, tu kazajku. Dobrý.
Thanks. Think that's all I need.
Ever your servant, sir.
Tak se převlíkneme asi. Co ty boty, tyjo? Ty vypadají docela dobře. 87. Čtyři, tři, 25. Plnosučí popálení. Já radši to ignit, já asi prodám pak. Tak si to oblíkni. Teď vypadá už teda jako fešně. Hej, Pierre, ještě rukavice nemáš nějaký? Ještě nějaký rukavice. Tak to ne, tak to si budeme muset ale sundat ty rukavice. Protože podle mýho by to mohlo trošku rozhodit. Tak, dobrý. Sakra, blbej východ. Sakra. Tady. Takže na nás jako nikdo nezautočí, jo, protože jsme totálně oslabený. Víš zase, zase že jo. Aha, změna. Co tady to bude říkat? To je naše stará známá. Tak co bude říkat na ten vohoz? Už nás pochválí aspoň.
Late. Why does that not surprise me?
Lampiony štěstí.
Well, well. I did not expect you to have such a sense of style.
Dobrý výběr teda asi.
Not all bad. Nothing like a budding artist, of course, but just one other detail. Here, put it on.
A mask?
All who attend the Mandragora soiree wear them. If you have one on, no one asks who you are.
Incognito, ne?
Likely because they imagine it oh so very romantic and mysterious. The truth is far simpler. This way, no one can tell which drunken aristocrats are pinching the performers.
Tak jdeme dovnitř.
Let's go. Soiree started.
Wise of you to hide your weapons. They'd not have let us in otherwise, that's certain. How do we find this Intrian? Have you a plan?
He is not to spook him. Need to ask after his partner, Cecilia, first. Less likely to raise suspicions. As soon as we find her, we find him. especially since he might be expecting us.
What do you mean?
Ran into some of his thugs in town, knew who I was, had it in for me.
Right. Right you are. We must proceed with caution. Come, it's our turn.
Madame, Monsieur, an extraordinary pleasure to welcome you to the Mandragora's soiree. Tonight, I particularly recommend you direct your attention to the performances prepared by artists of our community.
Tell us about these performances.
This evening, the Mandragora has the honor to present 3 superb displays of artistry. The first was a concert by Cecilia Belont, a singer whose voice, were it stone, would surely be a diamond. Sadly, Mademoiselle Cecilia has sung.
A shame. We would have loved to hear her.
Luckily, you are in time to see the great Calesti, a master of visual illusions, come to us from far off affair.
Visual illusions. Interesting. And the third artist?
The third and fourth, for they are a duo, are the Tuven brothers, presenting their newest pantomime.
We were really hoping to meet Cecilia Belont.
You are admirers, I surmise. I'm certain you will have ample opportunity to converse with her.
It cannot be easy to identify anyone in this crowd. Perhaps you could help us find her.
I don't know where she is now, but I can give you a clue.
Let's hear it.
Seek the Krvi orchid.
Meaning?
Cecilia wears one in her hair. You shall recognize her easily by the orchid.
Wow, wow. Dandelion's always complaining about artists being poor as temple mice.
The residence belongs to none of them. They are guests here. Oriana, she owns this. Woman in the black dress, there on the balcony.
Got her. Doesn't wear a mask?
It would be pointless. All would know her anyway.
Krvi orchid. Let's look for it. If we find Cecilia, we'll find the Centurion.
Takže bychom se zúčastnili zábavy. Fajn.
Go on, Geralt, be bold. Show us the artist in you. The page boards, cast them at the canvas.
Good folk, yet another soul longing to express its creative side.
Well, you are modern art?
Silence. The artist must focus.
Dáme nějaký umění.
It's obvious. It represents transgression in its purest form.
Teda vypadá to moc krásně, teda hned bych si to koupil, tady ten obraz. Čtej to! Ještě tady mi chybí nějaký 3. Hej.
Voila! Now, allow me a moment to point my face. The painting depicts spiritual dualism, the continual battle between good and evil.
Tak to dobře odhad, no.
Oh yes, that's him all right. Good versus evil. The dualistic nature of man.
And defiance.
Co je tady? Aha.
Absolute. The preferred hooch of artists.
Careful, it packs a pretty powerful punch.
I've built up a pretty powerful resistance.
Tak jeden panák docela dobře skolil teda. Co tady? Co tady? Tak to bylo docela vtipný. Tak si ještě zúčastnit nějaký ty zábavy. Zapálíme. Tak. Ten mák. Se kouknem, kde je ta.
It's all about two things: coin and copulation. Pretentious. I was prepared for all sorts of criticism, but
Tady není. Se podíváme do druhého.
it's an outrage. Cecilia, we are busy. We wish to be alone. Please, we are busy. We wish to be alone. Please, leave.
Tak to teda. A kde je teda? Nikde není. Žádný výklenku není.
Pretentious. I was prepared for all sorts of criticism.
Najdi ve výklencích ženu s koverskou orchidejí ve vlasech. Byl jsem ve obu. Aha.
It's an outrage, but are you sure it's an original? Please leave. This is a private alcove.
Tato taky není. Nech je tam víc těch výklenků, no. Ne, nebudem tady někoho okrádat na té party. Ještě by to byla třeba poslední party, co se tady pořádá. Při mém štěstí to bude určitě poslední výklenek. Tak, ještě můžeme doprava doleva. Fakt, že jo, poslední výklenek a tam bude Cecilia. Tady bude. No jo, poslední výklenek a... Ach je.
Do not disturb. Shoo, shoo.
It's the right flower.
Of course it is. A Krvi orchid lends just the right contrast to her complexion.
Need to talk to your model. It'll only take a minute.
To me?
Lie still. You may speak, but for love's sake, do not move.
Pochválíme obraz.
Wow. Impressive portrait.
I know the style, the stroke. This is Dorian Velez.
The gracious lady has heard of me.
I've heard Anna Henrietta herself wished you to paint her portrait once.
At one point, the palace chamberlain even wrote to me, but alas, ultimately refused my terms.
What was the matter?
When he learned I only ever paint nudes, he severed all contact. He said he would not dare offend Her Illustrious Highness with such a proposition. I've always longed to paint her. Such a shame.
I think you may still get your chance.
Tak jo, no.
We came here to meet you, specifically.
To meet me? But why?
Centurion Noble you came here with. Wanted to ask you about him.
Cintrian noble. Ah, you must think I'm Cecilia.
Orchid confused me.
I told you not to move!
As she concluded her performance, Cecilia tossed the flower into the crowd. I caught it, but I did see the nobleman.
Really like to talk to him. What did he look like?
Like many here. Tall, dark, masked.
Know where he might be now?
He gave Cecilia a small gift, a heart-shaped box. Then they strolled off together towards the refreshment tables.
Excuse me, madame, monsieur, I cannot work like this.
Si docela dovoluje teda jako. Kdyby věděl, s kým mluví. Hrdina. Dobrý no.
Need I remind you that neither did you.
Someone left their loot behind. Looks a little like dandelions.
This was scratched. Someone beat him with it once.
Empty heart-shaped box. Cecilia must have left it behind.
It looks like it held a flask of perfume. A gift from the Cintrian, I imagine.
Scent still hangs in the air. Let's follow it.
Tak kde to je? What? Kudy?
Need I remind you that neither did you.
Taky mě to nemůže táhnout přímo, co asi.
He'll definitely come. Don't worry.
Ochranka nás nepustí asi.
Artists in the Mandragora allowed.
Come, we must consider what to do.
I recognize that voice anywhere.
You must be mistaking me for someone else.
I served 15 years in the palace. Please, I cannot mistake you for anyone.
Shh, not so loud. We are here incognito, on state business.
Yes, Your Grace. How may I say?
Takovej slušnej. Neříkej nikomu, že jsem viděl.
I hope we can count on your discretion.
Of course. I shall be silent as the grave.
Looking for Cecilia Belland. Seen her?
She's in her dressing room, where she went with a nobleman. They clearly were drawn to each other.
What did the man look like?
Tall, broad-shouldered, a black beard peeping out from under his mask, and he spoke with a foreign accent, a drawl of sorts.
That must be him. We must get to the dressing room, quickly.
Yes, Your Grace. I'll take you.
No, stay here. Anyone tries to flee, you stop them.
Understood.
Chudák, tak ten bude mlčet jako hrob, no.
Upstairs.
Protože on nám určitě zdrhne, zabije tady toho hodnýho. Tak nic. Oh.
That must be Cecilia.
No pulse. We're too late.
He slit her throat. The brute.
Didn't go out the door. Guard would have noticed. Might still be somewhere here.
You must find him before he harms another. I shall alert Oriana at once. She should bring her soiree to a close.
Shouldn't split up.
Geralt, I will be fine. Go after that rogue. I shall fetch help.
Měl zlatý hrdlo asi, no.
Tore down the door. Made a platform. Clever. Must be pretty strong too.
Hej, pane holub, řekněte mi, kde je. Tak, kdy mi to řekneš, jo? Sakra, já jsem ho chtěl spálit.
Must have climbed this ladder.
Tak lezem, Geralt. Dobrý, no.
Could still be here. Need to stay alert. Bloodstains.
To všechno vemem.
Smashed mirror. Someone crashed into it hard, then sank to the floor.
Ještě to tady vykradem, tyjo. Tady. Další důkaz.
Legs of a snapped chain. Jewel must have been on it. Legs of a snapped chain. Jewel must have been on it.
Víš, jak se to druhý bys kontroloval?
Precious stone. Bloody fingerprint on it. Thief came for this. Must have. Tiny chain links next to it. From a snapped necklace. Seems there was a struggle. Jewelry box. Lock's busted. Picked open, probably. Empty inkwell. Knocked over, turned toward the room. Canvas is cut. Somebody took a knife to the painting, looks like. Looks valuable, but it's not what he came for. Looks valuable, but it's not what he came for. Sconce is bent, smeared with blood. Someone try to grab it. Blood on the window frame. Someone climb out, fall out.
Tak teda... Zkusíme tady ty dveře.
Locked. No key in sight.
Tady můžeme tak jako vyskočit tím oknem, jako asi ne, co? Kdyby jsme se vrátili? Tady už asi nic víc nezjistíme, teda jako. Tady ještě jedna věc, jsem slepej.
Hunting knife, richly ornamented. Used during the fight, probably. Jewel was in the box, it seems. Centurion tried to steal it, but someone got in his way. They fought, struggled, that's clear. Ended with one of them flying out the window. Fall had to have killed them. Jewel's still here, though, so our Centurion must have been the flyer.
Ne, on ho bude chtít strčit z okna. Ne, Geralte, za tebou! Jaj. Tak ne, já myslím, že ho strčí. Aha.
So, this is the tracker. A witcher, yes?
Indeed, this is him. We found the body together. Then he set off in pursuit of the killer.
And ended up here, but I've only found evidence of a fight. Seems the Centurions killed his last. Finally failed this time. Shame it happened too late for Cecilia.
Poor girl. Always told us she chose her males badly. But I would never have suspected she could arrive with a murderer. I'll alert the staff. Have them see to her body at once. Meanwhile, we should sit. I will tell you everything in full detail. I caught him red-handed, attempting to burgle, rifling through my possessions.
What did you do? Summon the guards?
There was no time. I feared he'd escape, refused to give him the chance. He stood with his back to me, so I attacked.
Takže ona ho zabila, jo?
Aha. Picture frame as we struggled. He was bleeding, dazed, and then he drew a knife. Everything happened very quickly then. I knocked the weapon out of his hand and pushed him hard. He
Fell out of the window.
Just so.
No to jo, no.
None too wise picking a fight with an armed robber.
Why? Because I'm a woman, in a frock rather than plate. I can take care of myself, I assure you.
A hairpin might look like mere ornament, but plunged into an eye, it can be as effective as a blade.
Claim the man was trying to rob you when you walked into the room?
Yes, he stood over my dressing table, pouring through my jewellery.
Mm-hmm. After this is my guess. Picked it up while searching.
Why, that's the heart of Toussaint. Oriana, how did you ever come to have it?
I bought it, many years ago, from a young woman.
Jewel seems important.
Kačorka asi.
Why?
The heart is an heirloom. It belonged to my family for years. Then it disappeared. I didn't think we would ever recover it.
Seems someone is very determined to find it. The thief left his tool bag behind. Found this drawing inside it. Look.
No to je ten klenot, no.
The heart of Toussaint. Representation's pretty faithful. Centurion must have been on a job. Got very clear instructions what to look for.
Jo, ta ženská ho měla dostat na party, Cecilia.
So it is not him we seek, but his employer. Is this the only evidence we found?
Also happened on the weapon he attacked Oriana with. Hunting knife. Used to skin game. Got an emblem on its hilt.
This crest is used by the Lords of Duntine. The present master of the castle is a passionate hunter. Our next lead, perhaps.
Duntine. Remember the place. Abandoned ruin just a few years ago.
More recently, the family's last heir, Roderick, returned to his ancestral seat and restored the castle.
Know any more about this Roderick?
His grandfather was an advisor to Queen Ademarta. The family received those lands as a grant for his service. Roderick is quite the recluse. He avoids society, preferring the company of a small team of knights, though the latter term is imprecise, as they seem more akin to vandals with crests on their shields.
Oriana, everything we discussed here, hope you'll keep it to yourself. Counting on it, in fact. Word gets out he, failed in his attempt to steal the jewel. His employer could run. We need to proceed cautiously.
Discretion is in the interest of us all. I'll not ask what this is about, just as I expect not to be troubled about it again. By anyone.
Forgive me, Madam Oriana, but might I have a word?
You must excuse me a moment.
Konec party teda, ty. Že koupila kradený klenot, no. Takže asi tak.
Oriana, any thoughts?
Few make me feel awkward, but in her presence, I sense anxiety, discomfort.
The drawing. It's on the same type of paper the victims' names were written on. Drawn with the same ink, too. Seems the work of our blackmailers.
Who were not only behind the beast's murders, but also stole the Son Real and sought to steal the heart of Toussaint.
Look, the wine, the jewel, both tied to you intrinsically. Coincidence? Not something I'm willing to believe. Worried about one thing. That somewhere at the end of this scheme, plan might call for an attempt on your life.
It could be something else altogether.
A možná taky ne. Prostě někdo jí se sejmout
My
nakonec.
sister, Siana, might be among the schemers. She left court when we were children. My parents banished her from the duchy. I've not seen her since.
What did your sister do to get banished?
Siana was cursed.
Parents run afoul of some mage?
No. She was born at an inopportune moment. They said she was touched by the curse of the Black Sun. Geralt, is it true? Can an individual be evil because they were born during the wrong lunar phase?
Could be the case. Could also be because they were treated like lepers from birth. Isolated, prodded, ostracized. Couldn't have had it easy, Sienna.
She was angry at the whole world. She felt inferior, felt pain, though she masked this with confidence, arrogance even. She could also be cruel at times. I recall one such situation. She persuaded Cedric the Coolbird that she could see the future in her dreams. We were children, and Cedric's brother was smitten with me. It was an innocent childhood crush. Sienna knew of it. She told Cedric of a dream she had had, that he would die at the hands of his own brother. Cedric stole his father's sword and killed his brother. She destroyed 2 lives with a prank. Cedric mourns to this day.
To naštve teda.
In the end, they forced her to leave the palace.
This is prank, this is prank.
I've missed her terribly since.
Už mu to nestačila říct.
Think your sister might be involved? Why?
You see, I recall her always being rather possessive, throwing jealous fits if I had something she didn't.
Here, that's normal for sisters. Rivalry.
True. I suppose I gave as good as I got. There are times I miss that very much. The wine, its theft was the first clue. That's very much like her.
To je dobrá hračka. Sud vína.
I grew almost certain when I saw the heart of Toussaint. Sienna received it from father as a gift. At a time when my parents thought of her as but an ill-behaved little girl, someone wanted some of my wine. The same someone ordered our family jewels stolen. Or recovered. It's my sister. It must be.
A fallen princess satisfying whims, going after lost luxuries? Could be right.
Tak se tady ještě najíme a půjdem.
You must go to Duntine, and if Sienna is there, you must find her. No matter what she did, she is not to be harmed in any way, shape or form. You must make sure of that.
Abych jí sejmul asi ne. Nemůžu jí slíbit, jako. Nebudu jí slíbovat, že přežije.
Can't guarantee her safety, unfortunately. Especially if she's one of those responsible for these crimes.
Witcher, that was not a request.
Už nás někdo vyhádí.
Geralt, I'd like to introduce.
Regis! What a surprise! I had no idea you were in Beauclair. And this is...
My very dear friend, Detlef van der Eritain, an arrival from Nazaire.
We are lending our combined resources to the Witcher's hunt.
Ah, yes.
Tak to je setkání.
But why are you here at Oriana's?
They came to pay me a surprise visit, so I invited Regis in for a glass of wine. We've known each other for... ages, literally. Witcher, I hear you know Regis too. Even that you are friends.
Few I can rely on like I can on Regis. Kinda hoping he thinks the same of me.
Curious. It seems opposites really do attract.
Don't be fooled, dear. Geralt has many merits. He merely hides them from the world very diligently.
A já myslím, že jsem já ten hodnější teda.
You said you're both aiding him with his contract. It involves the beast of Beauclair, I suspect. Master Witcher, maybe you could satisfy my curiosity. What's it like going toe-to-toe with a monster, knowing you've only...
Tam takový cítí takovýhle napětí trošku, no.
Despite what you might have heard, I don't lunge at every monster I see sword in hand. Talking gets the job done for some.
I wonder what a monster might have to say to you.
It might want to apologize.
My word. What might the monster wish to apologize to a Witcher?
For killing. Though at times there is no choice, when loved ones are at risk and require protection.
Same as humans. But then in that situation, they'll kill too.
You understand this? It must be why you and Regis are friends. If I understand you correctly, you would rather help a monster than kill it.
If possible, yeah. Or at least try.
Enough about the Witcher trade for now. Regis mentioned you come from Nazaire. I spent time there as a child.
Fond memories?
It was wonderful. I was positively entranced by the land's fashions. Deep-cut dresses I found most fascinating.
I believe we're running short on wine. I should go to the cellar, bring another bottle.
Let me go. When I help Regis, know your wine a lot better than I know mine.
We shall return forthwith.
Tam je trošku napětí, no. Víno možná pomůže odlehčit atmosféru.
Exceptional conversation, don't you think? Vampires, a witch, the Duchess of Toussaint. My.
Highly exceptional, Regis. Wanted to talk to you in private. You crazy bringing Detloff here?
Geralt, allow me to explain.
No, let me explain. He's dangerous, and you were gonna watch him.
But that is precisely what I'm doing. Detloff believes you'll succeed in your task, and he'll not need to kill anymore.
That is, not until he gets his hands on the men who kidnapped his Renner.
Guessing it's no accident you two stopped by.
It would be quite some coincidence indeed. No, a dutiful little bird told us.
Že zase ty ptáci.
Oriana, she really your friend? Can she be trusted?
I met her years ago, before I met you, and before she settled in Beauclair. We'd not seen one another in... I can't begin to tell you in how long.
But I shall tell you all about her some other day.
Now listen close. Managed to learn where the blackmailers are. They're based at Duntine Castle.
That's splendid news. If they are there, Renner must be there as well.
Duchess expects we'll find her long-lost sister there too. Thing is, she might be involved. Could be behind the blackmailing.
Do you mean to say your task now is to extract 2 women from the castle?
Mean to say we can't breathe a word of this to Detloff, who wants revenge above all else.
Geralt, you must trust me. I've got away with...
No, Regis. Can't risk it. Gotta keep Detloff here while I go to Duntine.
Alone?
Alone. That way I can make sure neither woman will come to any harm.
I hope you know what you're doing. Fine. I shall see to Detloff. Good luck, my friend.
Splendidly, Detloff. Oh, I'm grateful you brought back those memories. You're back. It took you long enough.
Contrary to what common folk believe, choosing a wine is not nearly as easy as it might seem. Especially a wine to be served to 2 exquisite ladies.
Regis, gallant as ever. I regret all the more that I shan't finish the second bottle with you. Duty calls.
Your Grace, always a pleasure.
I thank you for your help. It's been invaluable. Geralt, will you see me out?
To je pěkný rozloučení.
You have exceptional friends. This Detloff, an intriguing man to say the
Ach
least.
jo, to jí zaujal teda špatný člověk.
Don't know him too well. He say much about himself?
Not much, but I have a good sense of the true nature of those I meet. I'd not survive a week at court otherwise.
So what's his?
Sensitive, sad. He carries within him the weight of a terrible tragedy. He is a good man, but lost, which is why he comes across as grim.
Možná, že jí nedošlo, že zabil všechny ty lidi, no, ale necháme jí v tom.
Didn't expect the evening to end like this.
Neither did I. But I have not drawn you out for a romantic stroll. I wish to make certain you know what you are to do.
Mm-hmm. Gotta go to Duntine.
I've decided my guardsmen will support you. You will meet them at Count Delacroix' mill. It stands along the Saône Retour River, near the Cockatrice Inn. Captain de la Tour and his men will await you there at midnight. You shall storm the castle together.
No, to je pěkně zkažená party teda. To pěkně dopadlo. Tak se převlíknem a tohle bych už asi dneska ukončil. Už jsem to trošku přesáhnul díky těm rozhovorům. Tak díky za shlédnutí a uvidíme se zase zítra. Teda uvidíme už. Uvidíme. Zase bych další část natočil zítra. Tak, jestli se vám to líbilo, tak stačí napsat do komentářů a jinak zítra nás čeká útok na Duntine. Tak se máme na co těšit. Tak zatím. Čau.